In 1936, a Popular Front government is elected with a fairly narrow majority to rule Spain. But they do not rule like people who won a marginal victory. They rule like people who won a landslide. And they start making laws that are fundamentally changing Spanish society, Spanish military, Spanish economics, Spanish religion, and it is very, very rapid change, very, very intense change, almost revolutionary change. In response to these rapid changes, a national front, which narrowly lost the election, coheres. The National Front includes Carlists. Carlists are like the Ultramontanes in France. They are ultra-Catholic, ultra-conservative Spaniards who believe that, like in the time of the great Catholic monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella, that Spain should return to an active, almost theocratic society and way of life, and that Carlism was the way to do that. Then there's Falange, Hispania. Falange Hispania is the Spanish phalanx, or the Phalangists. The Phalangists are the fascist party of Spain. Now, the Phalangists are led by Jose Antonio Primo de Rivera, the son of Miguel Primo de Rivera, the old dictator. Jose Antonio is one of these young, charismatic fellows that appeals to young men, college age and military age, as a man of destiny. Ortega wrote about men of destiny, young men of destiny who changed the world. And Miguel Primo de Rivera's son, Jose Antonio, seems to fit this bill. Now, Jose Antonio really believes not in the fascism as a form of right-wing traditionalism, but like left-wing Nazis, the Strasser brothers, who were liquidated by Hitler, and like left-wing fascists under Mussolini, who remember started life as a socialist, the Phalangists are neither left-wing nor right-wing. They are right-wing in terms of the manhood ideology of combat and in terms of the respect for traditions, but they want to revolutionize society to eliminate extremes of rich and poor, and they believe in a basically corporative state model of economics similar to Mussolini's or Hitler's cartel capitalism, where the party intervenes between workers and owners to produce a society that's coordinated, where everyone works together, and where nobody is exploited to the point where they feel they need to fight. But the heart of the national movement is going to be Ejército de Hispania, the Spanish army. The Spanish army, remember, was strong enough to put Miguel Primo de Rivera in charge. And the Spanish army feels like it's being targeted by the leftists in Madrid who want to take money from the Spanish army and maybe pull back from the Spanish Sahara, where their Foreign Legion is, and also basically remake Spanish society into something unrecognizable. So, a commander in the Spanish Sahara, General Francisco Franco, makes a plan. And with the assistance of several naval units, brings the heart of the best units of Spain's army, which were fighting the Berbers in the Spanish Sahara, what's now called the Western Sahara, south of Morocco. These units are brought back into Spain to overthrow the government of the Republic, the Popular Front government elected in 1936. Francisco Franco is going to be the leader of this national crusade. Now, early in this crusade, Jose Antonio is assassinated. So that's okay from Franco's point of view. Franco is going to force the Falange, the phalanx, the Phalangists, to join with the Carlists and a group of right-wingers called the JONS, and basically bring all of these people, all of these ideologues, into one group that will support the traditions of Spain and the army. Franco is no Mussolini, he's no Hitler, he's no ideologue. He is an army officer who wants to take control of Spain and run it his way traditionally, but he's not an ideologue. He doesn't want to change the world. He has ideologues working for him. And he's happy for Jose Antonio to become a symbol. There are still Spaniards today who are phalangists who gather in front of the flag of Spain and of the phalanx and go, who is here? And they, Presente, Jose Antonio. He's present. He's here with us. The spirit of Jose Antonio will guide the phalanx, will guide the phalangists, will guide the revolution. But in fact, he's dead and out of the way. The Carlists shut up and do what they're told, so do the phalangists, because the army is in charge. Now, the Spanish army includes their Foreign Legion. And like the French Foreign Legion, the Spanish Foreign Legion they have a reputation as being a brutal bunch of animals. And I'm not joking and I'm not exaggerating. To this day, the French Foreign Legion are scary. When they go into an area to do their bloody work, they are not gentle, they are brutal. And the French basically use their Foreign Legion for jobs too dirty for the regular French army. They don't want French citizens dying or being involved in such nasty, naughty operations. But the Légion étrangère, or whatever bad pronunciation I have for the French Foreign Legion, they are basically used to do the dirty work of the French Republic. Well, the Spanish Foreign Legion is similar. It is this dark organization whose slogan is "Long live death," because death is the one constant, and we are the ministers of death. In the French Foreign Legion, we deal death. Death is our friend. So there is this quality of irrationalism that is a part of the Spanish Foreign Legion. And their commander, who's this sort of wounded guy who looks like death personified almost, his name is Capo de Llano. And Capo de Llano, Llano. Capo de Llano is one of these figures that if you ever want to see somebody who's an eccentric military leader who's kind of scary, look him up. Leader of the Spanish Foreign Legion during the Spanish Civil War. And we will talk more about the Civil War next time.